Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to go through a couple of things that has happened with Murphy and I. As you can see, we're out show jumping. We went to Tall Trees a couple of months ago, I think it is now. We did the 100 there, and this was after our Bicton run. As you can see, we are losing our canter, and I'm basically not riding him. And throughout the next couple of clips, you will see that I lose my confidence, and with that, Murphy loses his confidence with me, which is a horrible thing to actually come to realise, but that is basically the case. So doing this 100, I felt he was pretty good. We did it twice because it was 100 and then 105 towards the end of the round. So I did go wrong there. This was my fault. He didn't know that we went wrong. He just thought, oh, we need to trot here, that's fine. So I've got to ignore the fact that I didn't walk the course, which is, yeah, I've got to start walking the courses. And I do try and walk the courses, but sometimes I'm on my own. Anyway, so the round isn't too bad here, although he's not travelling. And the reason why that is I find sometimes he runs straight through the bridle, and yes, it's a work in progress because we've tried several bits and some bits have actually stopped him from going forward. So it's quite a fine line of finding the right bit for him. And when he runs through the bridle, I'm then too scared to obviously put my leg on. Moving on to a week later, exactly a week later, in the 100 class at Pendarvis, absolute horrendous weather and loads of refusals by several different horses and riders, and even professionals had even come off, and one flogger even come off just in front of me before I entered this class. So as you can see, he's not being ridden forward, so that's my fault, and most of this is my fault. So I do take that on board, and we have obviously been working with Emily a lot, because I'm always like half a gear away from the right canter and the canter I'd need, especially for the height I'm doing. And I think because he used to tank off with me, I'm just too scared to put too much leg on, and he just runs through the bridle. So as you can see, he's basically cat leaping, and you'll see our first refusal. I'd lost my reins by that point because I didn't want to jab him too much in the mouth, even though I do that. And I'm a bit shocked, to be honest. I sort of pat him. So this is our first refusal in show jumping. Obviously we had that refusal at Bicton on the cross country field. That was my fault as well, because I slowed him down for the water and didn't get my leg on in time. That's very unusual with him, and this is certainly unusual with him. So yeah, it's just shocked me, and I can't blame him because it absolutely 100% isn't his fault. Now, he's checked over by vets, by chiropractors, by massage, but physiotherapy. He's fine. There's nothing wrong with him. He's perfectly fine. It's basically sack the rider. Anyway, we come around this corner. You can see us just dribbling along, not going anywhere. And yeah, we get eliminated. So I can't blame him, because why would he jump a great big oxer into a one-strided double? It just doesn't make sense. So we went down to a 90. Okay, so we're in Emily's field now, where she ran a local show jumping, unaffiliated, and we thought we'll give it a go. I was an idiot. I stood waiting going in the ring, and that is where we entered the ring, just there on the right hand side. So yeah, he's already napping and wants to go back, and straight away I'm defeated, and such a shame. But there you go. So the fence goes back up, and we move on, and the round does get better and better throughout this. So I was pleased by the end of it, and he did do better. Again, I do worry about whether he's on the right leg, and he just literally obliterated that one. But I just didn't want another refusal, to be honest. And yeah, so what a pain. Watching it back, I'm so disappointed in myself, really, to be honest. But we will get there, you know. Our confidence will grow. We've just got to take each step at a time, and obviously we have gone back a few steps, hence why we've gone to 90 to try and build on our confidence. And although yes, he's going to make them look very small, if that helps to build on his confidence, then that's what we're going to do. So we do head to Chard after this, and we were entered at the 100, but they kindly put me down to the 90 to give us a confident run. So before that, obviously I continued to have my lessons, and worked on our takeoff and just being confident, really, and that definitely worked. So in a moment you'll see the next clip of us at Chard, where actually our dressage was fairly good. I was fairly pleased with it. I will read out the scores on that, and yeah, so it was a positive run as far as dressage and show jumping goes. However, we didn't quite finish, so I'll explain that in a moment. So lovely Chard. We always seem to go, and the weather's just awful. So it was the day a roof blew off a horse lorry. So that was a bit scary, but anyway. So going down the centre line, we've got 5.5, and comment was pity misunderstood at sea, which is such a shame. 7.5 for the next movement. And then for our half a circle to X from A was nice suppleness, low in the pole, and we got 7 for that one. And then for the second part of the circle, back to C, was a 7.5 with no comment. Transition to canter, more fluency to go forward, which was a 7. And then a 6.5 quarters in. That was on our circle. This was bad rain as well, so really pleased with that. No funny movements. 6 for our transition on the forehand to the trot, and then back on our half a circle to X, more supple bend and long in frame. So we've got a 6 for that one, and then a 6 with ditto marks for the second part of the circle. Transition to canter was 6.5 creep high. And then 5, lost canter but corrected, which at the time I didn't realise he had corrected it himself, but he went disunited and then he went back. And then I corrected it again, thinking, yeah, that's what I needed to do. Then we got a 6 on the forehand for the transition between F and A. And then KE, medium walk. We got low in pole, tight steps, and we got 6 for that one. And then we got a promising steps and stretch for a 7. And then we got another 7 for our medium walk, which takes us up the centre line. And then a 5.5, our centre lines are obviously not very good at the moment. 5.5 up the centre line, wobbly over X, unbalanced into hold. I did try and correct it because I was like, no, that's wrong. So last comment was attractive horse showing some promising moments, needs to further develop strength from behind to maintain balance and frame. So overall, I was really pleased with that because we got 36.3, but yeah, I was pleased. The weather was horrendous as per usual every time we go to charge, but yeah, super pleased with him. So I came out smiling. So moving on to the show jumping, me and Emily had discussed how to enter the ring, and all I was going to do was get into my gallop, which is my good canter, and do a circle and get going. Basically, don't go in there trotting and half expecting something to go wrong. So yeah, got quite deep to number 1, but that was fine. He got over number 1 because I was a bit paranoid that he was going to refuse. Corrected his leg. I saw a good stride here and rode right at it, which was really good, made the distance really well. It is surprisingly a lot smaller in height to the 100, you don't realise. So yeah, quite a nice turn to number 5, but wrong turn to number 6, which made us drop a pole, which was a shame, but we got this dog leg quite well. And then I mucked it up here because I think we could have kept the pole up if I'd sorted his legs out. Oh, I was so annoyed with myself. So yeah, that pole came down. A good dog leg there. He seems to do well on the dog legs. And then over the last. So overall, really pleased with that. Don't know what's happened to my Equitex. It's half coming off, as you can see it flapping around in the wind. So need to really look at my saddle. Anyway, cross country, obviously I fell off. So that was after Lucy kindly videoed the only video I've got of these view fences. He was going really well, but there was a bit of miscommunication with the starters of how steady we had to go between 6 and 7, I think, which was really stuck in my head. And what I did was, basically they said we needed to trot between these areas. I did, and he just slid straight into the fence and I popped over it on my own. So that was the last of our child day. We got a big fat E. So then we decided we would concentrate on doing a bit of dressage for a bit, and we did a novice one, I think a couple weekends ago, no, last weekend, where he was fantastic. He was such a good boy. Best test to date, I think. I will try and read it out. I still cannot for the life of me read the final comment, so I will leave a picture for that. So novice 1 down the centre line, we got a 7 with no comment. Between C and A, just working trot, some uneven steps into the turn, which you obviously just saw. We got a 6 for that one. Starting our serpentine, we got a 6.5, needing more bend to the left. He looks beautiful though, doesn't he? I think he looks really super. And then between C and M, transition to working canter, we got 6.5 saying some resistance before transition and then fairly good. And then we got B, A, E. So first we do a circle, that's all within the mark. And then B, A, E, working canter, we got 6.5 tilting nose. And then we do like a teardrop here, and we got a 7, lost a little balance, but still got a 7, so that was fairly good. K, trot on the shoulders, 6.5. And then starting there, 3 loops, serpentine again, 6.5, needs clearer change of bend. So we have been working on a serpentine, so they are improving. It's just very slow. And then into a transition to canter, we got 7 with no comment. This is our worst rain and I cannot believe it. E, A, B, so after we do our circle, which is also included in the 7, we got a 7. It does say tending to be on the forehand, but there's no bucking, no disunitedness. He's just super duper. Love him. Then going towards just before M, we do half a circle, so a teardrop again, and we got a 6.5, lost us some balance on the loop. And then F, we got a 7 for our transition. And then we change the rein and show some medium trot strides. We got 7 with promising steps. Look at him go. He's almost floating. And then we've got 7 again for our medium walk transition with no comment. HXF, a 7.5. Stretch just needs to be more consistent for an 8. I cannot believe it. That's lovely. Good boy, Murphy. And then we've got F is medium walk and A transition to trot. We got 7.5 for that one, with no comment. So good boy. There's no snatching of the rein. What a good boy. Between K and E, half a 20-metre circle, we got 7.5. And then we got a 6 going down the centre line and halting, losing straightness and balance, an incorrect salute. So I really ruined it because I got 2 marks deducted for this because of my rookie error. But no, overall, I was so super pleased with him. I will at the end put the judges' comments, so if you can sort of decipher that, that would be great. But yeah, leave it in the comments, that will be perfect. Really super pleased, especially after all our hard work. We've just got to sort of crack on and try and get that canter for our show jumping. So I hope you can appreciate I'm being as transparent as I can, without feeling too bad for myself. So yeah, I will continue. This is the longest one yet. So thank you if you got this far.